this. Okay, so back to your guys' choice of procedures. When you use the simple, one of the problems that I was having. Okay, we're at Neffs Cave today. This cave is really cool. It is the second deepest cave in Utah. And right over, I think it's just over 1,100 feet down to the bottom. And it's just a continual downward slope. It's kind of like going down a mountain inside a cave, which means when you get to the bottom, coming out, it's like climbing up a mountain underground. But it's a fun cave. I've only been here one other time, and we're only going halfway down today to a place called Lion's Landing. It's about 500 feet underground, and then we're gonna turn around. Bit of a tight entrance, but that's, I think, the only tight spot we're hitting today. Okay. Thank you. So in this cave, one of the biggest dangers is rockfall. All these boulders can get tumbling down these steep slopes and hit people below. So you actually have to be really careful traveling in this cave, that bags and feet and stuff don't knock down rocks.
I love when you just start sticking your feet over an edge and you can't see the bottom.
This is the junction room. There's a little passage that goes up that way for a little bit. And that's pretty much the only split today. Other than that, this cave is a straight shot to where we're going. There is a maze section in this cave just past where we're going to turn around.
The first of the nuisance drops. We got 4 more after this before Lion's Landing, which is where we're going.
Like engineering consulting services. So we're in the nuisance drops right now, and this cave, it's interesting. Even though it's the second deepest in Utah, there actually aren't a lot of big drops in this cave. We're going to go down the biggest today, Lion's Landing. That's the last pit we're going down, but it's actually just a lot of small drops like this, just a series of a bunch of small drops. rope in the middle of the trail too, so we can remember to take that.
There's a bouncy rope.
So if anybody's wondering why we kind of rappel a little bit on our descender before we take this hand descender off, is to test our descender and make sure we actually set it up properly and it doesn't like pop open or there's not an issue. Kind of like a fail safe. If you see any of the videos where I'm using a micro rack, you can actually rig those backwards to where when you weight them, they pop open, the rope pops right off, which sounds scary, but it's, as long as you're watching it, it's really easy to not do that. But that's why we always have that backup safety in case there is something wrong with the descender. If we fall, that hand descender will catch us. Yo! Can we what? Do you want to go to C slot? How much further?
It's right down there.
Sure.
Yeah, but if you don't feel comfortable, don't feel pressure.
Yeah, if nobody wants to sit down, that's fine.
Okay, we're at the Great Pit. This goes down to Lion's Landing. This is our last pit. Potentially. We actually might go hit one more because we're doing good on time. This is the biggest pit, the deepest pit in the cave. Oh my gosh. Rope free!
Start to pull up, cruise it. It goes along like this river with like super cool like sand. Yeah, I've seen movies, dude, about this shit.
So we're in Lion's Landing right now. That's here, and then the Great Pit goes up over there. This way is how you continue down to the bottom of the cave. It continues like this until you get to something called the C slot, which is kind of a little awkward vertical section. It gets into the bedroom complex, which is a maze, and then there's some more pits and a series of drops to get down to the very bottom. But today, unfortunately, we can't go down to the bottom. We're going to turn around and head out here. Climb back out of the Great Pit. Rope free! Yo,
You just want to stay right there?
sure. Let me get on this boulder.
How bad is it? But if I could get a false sense of how big you are.
Can you believe it? On rope. Rope free. We're back in the junction room. That means we are getting close to getting out.
Off rope.
Okay.
Almost out.
We are almost out of the cave. Blake is climbing out the entrance right now. You can actually see the daylight up there.
Not too bad.
While I was saying that,